I'm a freelance journalist. I do not write for a specific journal, different publications. Also, I go on lots of YouTube channels as a commentator for political and social and economic issues. And also, I have my own writings and my own blogs. Also, I write short stories and the movie scripts. But my main focus always is on the social issues around the world and specifically in Canada, because this is the place I live in. This is where my family and my children grew up, and I'm looking forward to have a better life for my grandchildren as well. So my focus on social issues uh, actually is rooted since I came to Canada. I also got involved in political activities. I was member of a political party for some time, but I found out that better for me and for the future, I step out and be a commentator and analytical person and observer, because that gave me freedom to write my opinion without fear of punishment from the party. And unfortunately, party members, without naming any party, of course, they cannot speak the truth, or they cannot speak their heart out. And that's why I prefer to step out from politics and focus on being a political commentator, analyst, and observer. And here I am trying to learn something new because of the social justice and relation with environment, which I never thought about before. My social justice researches and writings were about other areas. However, I'm happy to share it with you and also learn from you today. Thank you.
So, Emad, from your perspective as a journalist, right? How does responsible fact-based reporting influence public understanding of poverty, climate justice, and inequality? And why does this matter for democratic decision making?
Okay, that's a very deep question. It covers many areas in journalism first. So let's talk about it at the beginning. What is the role of a reporter or journalist? It's simply to deliver the truth, fact-based information to the public. And by doing so, that means that they are helping to deliver the message that the people need to know about their life, daily aspects of life, in a clear and not abstract way. So simply, fact-based journalism turns abstract issues into, like poverty, like climate problems, into uh, tangible and quantitative measures on problems to solve the problems. So when reporting is accurate and contextual, this makes the decision easier for the uh, public or political authorities later on. Also, it helps the public to understand their rights. So if I am delivering wrong information to public, how could they demand for the rights if they cannot see it? And also, it is the role of the journalism and the media in general is to be non-biased as well. And that's a factor that uh, is not obvious these days in many areas in media, where most of the media are not non-biased. They are biased towards certain groups, certain advocacy groups, certain political groups as well, which makes it really unfair to the public. So simply, we need clear and honest journalism who can deliver the actual facts about problems like poverty, health issues, education, environment issues, all together in a simple form to the public, and which makes the political regime or the political decision makers make also a decision that they know that the public is aware of. And I do believe that democracy does not fail from lack of opinion, but it fails from lack of truth. Because living in a community like Canada, where we supposed to be one of the highest democratic countries in the world, we expect that we receive the truth from the media, also to be able to discuss it with our politicians and get the best out of it for our democratic process, of course.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks, Emad. Yeah, so really, we need the truth to be able to make the right decisions. And yeah, the people are owed that at least, you know. So thank you for that. That was great.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So where do
Yes.
you see the biggest gaps between social justice commitments made by government and the lived realities of marginalized communities in Canada?
Oh, great. You have very deep questions. Okay, before I answer this one, I received a question from Steve Dubb. Should I answer him first or should we go to your question?
No, all questions will be at the end.
At the
Just
end.
ask
Okay,
questions and then we'll pull up those ones at the end. Those are
very
participants.
well. Okay, very well then. Okay, biggest gaps in between government, social justice, okay, and communities. There are many, so I would choose the biggest three. The first one is housing affordability, healthcare quality, and of course, the gap between income and prices and cost of basic needs for living. Those are the main three. And the problem mainly is that in order to have social justice, we have to have a wider middle class in any country, in any economy. When the middle class start to shrink, then we can face more of these problems, and these problems become bigger and bigger. So, uh, one of the things that government always often announce ambitious strategies and funding programs, but in reality, all these are not treatment for the diseases or the problems, just it's painkillers. So what we see nowadays is that the government can promise a lot but deliver less. The problem also here is that many marginalized Canadians still face rising grants and long term waiting for healthcare, but nobody is listening to them. And again, this is falls under journalism. I put journalism because the message is not clear. Yet the message is not delivered to the government clearly, or it is delivered, but the government cannot see it. And that's why it is the issue is not usually absence. Oh, time up.
No, finish up, please.
Okay, so Canada does not suffer from shortage of promises, but it suffers from shortage of delivery of the promises. Actually, that's what we have now.
In a polarized media environment, misinformation often disproportionately harms vulnerable population. Okay? How can journalism help counter narratives that undermine equity-driven climate and poverty policies? What strategies, how can that happen?
Okay, we know that we need the media, as we said earlier, or the journalism is to deliver the message clear and also honest to the public. And we, if you go back again to the same concept, if delivering the message not clear and not precise and with contextual, we cannot communicate properly with the public. And uh, basically, the problem with the public is that they cannot trust anymore because the misinformation travels faster than the trusted ones. And currently, we're talking here about the mainstream media because mainstream media used to be the main source of information for many. Until now, we have lots of things going on in the social media, but receiving information, truth, and clear from the mainstream media, journalism particularly, can always help in reducing this uh, gap. We cannot eliminate the polarization, by the way, at all. Polarization is always there, but we can reduce it. We can always try to go and set it in a way that the receiver or the public can understand even what they need to improve their life in a social level. And basically, as you said, the poverty and the climate policies are the most one that's not clear to the public yet because the message is not clear from the media or the journalism. And responsible journalism cannot eliminate it. Sorry, but it can also raise the cost of information and protect the public conversation. So the antidote to misinformation is not louder media, actually. It is more the trusted media. So all we need is trusted media here.